2, 1. Hello, everybody. Good morning. It's your boy Portalgan1000. I'm back here with Luzakr. He is going to be performing Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix for the which console is this? This is this is the PSP. Yes, the PSP. Yeah, the PlayStation Portable. The tiny little thing that you would buy out off of like Techno Market and stuff like that. So he is going to be showing the game off, the Any%. Really unique game. You are watching Potterthon. This year we are supporting the Trevor Project, a charity dedicated to supporting young LGBTQ people in need. Fantastic cause to support. And we have 2 donation incentives right now. One of them is for Nikki playing HP6 Potions Rush, which is a $500 donation incentive, and the other one is Flo cosplaying as a maid for his HP1 PC Any% run for some reason. All that aside, I'm gonna let Luzakr take the ball here and show the game off.
Okay, so it's my time to show you the best game there is in this community. So I'm gonna just start and explain some stuff throughout. So new save, yes, please. And the time starts when I click new game, which is gonna be 1, 2, 3. So 5 PSP. There are 3 PSP games for Harry Potter franchise, but this is the only one that's actually unique. 4 PSP is basically the same as PC without a bathroom, and 6 PSP is the exact same as 6DS, just some gameplay changes. This one is very similar to PC one, but it actually differs in many places. So if you watched Henrik's run at the start of Potterthon, then you can find some similarities, like this cutscene, every cutscene is the same, basically. But now we're gonna finish the game. Henrik did all the portraits, and just it ended. Here we're gonna go through everything. Be warned, this is the longest Any% run. Oh, this is the first change. Nothing happened. There's cutscene right away. So there are some places that PSP is gonna cut, but more so we're gonna have to. There's more walking, but little less gameplay. You're probably gonna notice some stuff. I'm not that good at 5 PC. I don't remember that much, so I might not catch everything. So, tutorial, basically the same. We're gonna help firstly Ginny learn Accio and the Pulse, which are kind of important in this run. Later on, Hermione wing with Reparo, Ron with Wingardium Leviosa, and we have one more tutorial section with Fred and George that is unique for this game, because in PC it just skips. So here we just take out the wand and use Accio with an X. That's basically it. Then we're gonna use the pulse and move every furniture to the other side. We're gonna change the target throughout to make it a little bit better. So here, take this one first, then this one, and the last chair. Hopefully I'm gonna get this fast as possible.
That's right.
And Harry's gonna aim at the proper table. Yeah, that's good. So we take this, go here. The pulse saw, go to the side. Use the pulse saw on this. And it should be fine. It unfortunately wasn't, but it's still pretty good. Pretty fast, I'm not gonna lie. So, as you can see, very similar to PC. The reparo is as well. It's gonna be as well. At least from what I remember. So, nothing to say much yet. Maybe I'm gonna say that there is a unique collectible called the Daily Prophets, and there is a popularity score. In Hogwarts there are many places locked, and we need certain popularity percentages from each house to unlock them. And that's the main reason why the route is gonna be a little bit scuffed and a little bit different with PC. But those daily prophets I said before also give some popularity. I'm gonna mention it later when it's gonna matter. Now we repair everything. There is a cooldown for each spell, so it takes a little bit more than it should be, but it was as fast as possible this time because we have to wait for Hermione either way. So now we go here to run, and we're gonna do Wingardium Leviosa.
What happened with those Dementors? I thought you'd be safer around
This is the first spell. We're gonna use double buttons. For this game, it just click one button and hold the second one. There are two spells with 3 buttons, but we're not gonna use them, only for learning section.
All you need to do is move your wand like this.
This is...
Wingardium
we're just gonna move
Leviosa.
close, and that's it.
When you want to put it
There's not much skipping here.
just break
The
the spell.
only difference I'm gonna make is take out the wand, cast, and take the wand again. Because between the Wingardium Leviosas there's a little cooldown, like 2 seconds, before game recognizes that you want to use another Wingardium Leviosa, so you just take the wand off and take the wand out between the spells.
That is a very
Maybe
good
not 2
question.
seconds, but about a second, and if you do it too fast, the game get confused and it might take
I have to go
a
to the
little bit
meeting
more.
of the order. You try and catch up with
This
your friends.
section is a unique one, so if you know 5 PC very well, then you're gonna see the difference. That's actually a gameplay here. So we go up to Fred and George. There's the cutscene, the same one, but we're gonna have to go down to insert the ear thingy.
Think of what I'm thinking. Extendable ears.
Part of our new range.
And the creature is gonna try to
We found our own way to listen.
make it harder for us. There are gonna be some tables,
We'll have to attach these ourselves.
answers.
Can you clear the way down?
Hopefully he won't do much. So now the game teaches us how to run, great. So we take this. I cast it Wingardium on accident, but that's fine. Oh no, that's not very fine. Okay. We can go past here.
Great job,
Okay.
Harry.
I got stuck a little with that chair, but it's actually very fine. Like 8-6, finishing, it should still be good. So, the current world record is 228 by me, because I'm practically the only one playing it. Last year, when PSP was coming to boards, the recce was 246, from what I remember. So about 18 minutes the world record has been improved. The last time there wasn't any strats, any optimizations, it was just playing the game as it should be, with the route. And now there are some tricks that hopefully I'm gonna show all. There's gonna be one with Cho. You can skip one of her dialogues. The problem is it's practically frame perfect, so I might miss it, but hopefully that will be possible. So we see Hogwarts. So probably up to this point you think that 5 PSP and 5 PC are practically the same, and they are extremely similar, but there are some minor stuff that's gonna change, some major as well. So welcome to Hogwarts. And now we go to Fred and George, talk to them.
Have you two noticed Hagrid's not here?
He must be doing
And
something
we're
with
gonna learn about
Quiet, George. You might take
Marauder's
your
map.
Apparently, Filch is searching students.
And we have a few items.
So we're
that
just
we'd
gonna
rather he didn't
take
find.
this
So what
out
can we do?
and
Not the brightest, is he?
I solemnly swear he isn't the brightest. Oh yeah, the Marauders map.
take it off. So here, and we're gonna enter. There are two dialogues with Cho. Second one is like 18 seconds, and we can try to skip that one. We'll see how it's gonna end. So we go here, try to talk to her. Mash two buttons. Oh, and I was able to. So basically what I did is start the conversation and close the conversation at the same time. So normally we would have to talk with Cho about Quidditch team, but now we skipped, so it's not 18 seconds. And the cycles on these stairs are slightly worse, but it should still be a nice time save. So this was the strat I was aware that I wouldn't get, but I actually did, so now I'm satisfied. There's one more strat that might be interesting, because current world record doesn't have it. I discovered it like 2 days ago.
Yeah, it's something to do with.
It's gonna be a small one, but still something.
I don't know. They told us loads of stuff.
Overall, my goal is to make this run 5 PSP the second slowest any percent run. Currently it's the slowest, behind 7.2 DS, which is 226, around that. And now we go down, all the way down to Fred and George to get the password for common room. We're gonna have to prank Slytherin, Bowling, Gryffindor. In Hando is one of the goals we have to do, to prank students in any percent it happens twice to get some percentages of popularity.
Speaking of which,
So here we have
Leave me alone.
bullying,
Ah,
not
I
cool,
think that's
not,
a call for
do
help.
not do bullying.
No. Keep your nose out, Weasley.
Now you can help out by dueling.
But there's another way.
Find another way.
We take this bucket and that's it. So
And now your reward. The password
do
is
not bully,
Nicholas
do not bully, or you get washed by Harry Potter.
like a prefect.
Okay, we go back to common room. So for example, this section from PC differs a lot. Firstly, stairs are much more complicated, slower, longer, and on PC there's a student next to the painting, so you don't have to walk that much. Here you have to do a little bit of walking. These stairs might be confusing at the beginning, but after like a lot of hours, I've remembered it all, so it might seem easy, but it really is. It's extremely confusing. Well, probably you can see that going to the common room I have to go down, up, and all around. We talk to Hermione.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we're gonna go to Defense Against the Dark Arts class.
I bet he's not looked at the timetable.
Um,
And we've got Umbridge for Defense Against the Dark Arts next.
So now we're gonna have to take it on the map. So now, decent. Now daily prophets. I was talking about them earlier. They give some popularity, 0.5%. We're gonna get 2 extra daily prophets to get some popularity to get to the library later on in the run. So we can get them from the walls or doing other stuff. I'm gonna show you just in a second, because there's gonna be a tutorial that presents daily prophets. So we go here, there are students, we activate them, take this, those little shenanigans, we go here, there are chairs, Wingardium Leviosa on those, and now the tutorial begins. So yeah. The stuff I was doing with the map is cancelling the animation of grabbing the daily prophet. It takes about 2.5 seconds for each daily prophet to make this animation of congratulations, you get the daily prophets. But if you open the map and close it, you can skip this animation. This is actually something that Nixo found in his hand run, and it saves like 4 or 5 minutes in hand, I'm pretty sure. Maybe a little bit less, but because there are 70 daily prophets and most of them you can skip like that. So we go to the other classroom. They are here. And now we go for Neville. That's gonna get bullied. As you can see, it's extremely similar to PC, but the places are a little bit different.
I tried to.
And we go back to the Fengans, to the class. And we're gonna have a cutscene. So we go here and we trigger it. So, as you can see, pretty similar. There are some differences. Pretty minor ones. I think the middle game changes a little bit more. I do like this game for some reason. It's kind of slow. I think the 100% is a little bit more interesting, collecting all the daily profits, making pranks, but any percent is also kind of nice. It's mostly a movement-based run, which might seem easy at first, but it's actually pretty challenging because the camera placement that follows you changes every like 3 seconds, and the hurry movement depends on the camera view, not actually from hurry perspective. So knowing the camera changes, where it changes, and how to adjust the movement is very important in this run. Also, you can get stuck in many places. So now, after Data class, we go to Fred and George and learn some spells. Unlike 5 PC, we learn them in a little different place, on the first floor bridge, please. Not in the transfig. We're gonna skip part of the tutorial. Fred and George. I'm gonna explain it a little bit more when we get there. Basically, at the end there is like a little bit section that checks if you remember Protego and Stupefy correctly, and you have to cast 5 spells in a row as they say it. That part you can skip, so we're gonna do that, and that saves around 40 seconds. We unfortunately cannot skip the entire part because there is a fight later before Data class, and we actually have to know the spells for the fighting later. So
What is it you want to ask us?
It's Umbridge.
as you can see, dialogues aren't skippable. So
you want our help?
that's another difference. Pretty cool difference.
One's out, everybody.
So one's out. Now we start with Protego. Wait a little to show us. We cast, make another cast, skip the cutscene, make another one, and skip the cutscene. That speeds up the process. Now we cast Stupefy, Stupefy, Stupefy. We did it again. Another cutscene, skips another cutscene, and now they're gonna.
Let's find out if you really understood
Yeah.
it.
We'll shout out the spells.
And you cast them.
5 in a row, and I'd say
5 in a row, but if we get close to this wall, we can skip all this part. If we go back like normally, not being so close to the wall, then game is gonna teleport us back to Fred and George to continue their training. And we can leave this part, as I've said before, at any point, really. But the difference is later on, before Data class, you're gonna see the fight with, I think, Goyle. With the Goyle, and it's all buggy when you leave the tutorial with Fred and George earlier, so. And the other doors are closed, so this is the only path you can actually choose. So let's go. And here we're gonna fight. We're gonna use Stupefy for the rest of the run. It's pretty quick, only 3 casts we need. we're gonna have to stay a little bit to get some popularity. And we go back to Umbridge. And there we are. Next step is gonna be the library and learning Incendio. It also differs from PC. It's a little bit harder, a little bit more tedious, because we're not gonna need a bookcase as well to climb up and get the book flying around. So we're gonna think, oh, we have to learn some spells, so we're gonna learn Incendio first here. Spell, but
a solution of strained and pickled murtlap tentacles will help soothe the wound, but I need to check how to extract it.
Let me guess.
well, we actually go to library and
It's not as though you're
go
actually
for the
allergic to
book
books, Ron.
for something else, but I guess we're gonna learn Incendio either way. We're gonna now unlock the library portrait. It's kinda important one. We're gonna use it a lot. So this one is a little bit easier to get, fortunately, than the common room password. The stairs are working in cycles, so there's like not that much RNG. There's a little, but you cannot manipulate the stairs here. At least they're kinda fast. There's a little bit of RNG because the stairs cannot move while the characters are on them, so Ron and Hermione can be on the stairs, and because of that, stairs might not move. That's the main difference. That's the main thing. So if they don't move, we have to wait another cycle for them to move, and we lose time, and that's basically it. It doesn't happen that often, but it can happen. So you go to library, but on this version it's not so simple. We're gonna have to earn Ravenclaw's trust by making one of the tasks. So we go to library, we talk to the students, and they won't let us in. The task is gonna activate in a couple of seconds. During this time I'm gonna move this bookcase. I'm gonna show you later why. It activates about now, so we talk to her. It actually activates a little bit later than I thought. Basically we have to give homework to another student. That's in Transfig, and that's basically it. So we have to move here. By that we're gonna earn the trust of Ravenclaw students, and the Ravenclaw students in front of the library are gonna like trust us or believe us, and we're gonna enter the library. So there's a little change of the gameplay. The popularity percentage and being popular or earning the trust is a crucial part of this gameplay. Like in 5 PC I don't think it's really that important. Like it's in within the story, but the gameplay wise it doesn't matter that much. On 5 PSP it's like the main gameplay feature, I would say. So we talk to her, we talk to them, they think we're cool now, and we take this. Kinda blandly. I think the bookcase is in the good spot, so that's pretty nice. No, it's not. I'm gonna have to move a little, just a little bit. No, please stop. Please, could you stop interrupting me? I'm a little bit afraid they're gonna stop the bookcase. No, okay, that's fine. It wasn't not perfect place, but basically placing it like this, we can cast at the book from this place at three times. You go down here, wait a little, cast Accio, and we're gonna move this bookcase. The book is taking a while, so we're gonna use this time to move the bookcase. It's gonna be helpful later in the pranks section, because we're gonna use this bookcase later on.
Restricted section. It must have escaped. Let's go somewhere
When
where
we
no one will interrupt.
face Padman Parvati during
That would be perfect.
pranks and speakers, I'm gonna show you why we did this. We can move this bookcase even more, but we cannot see anything, and it's not really that much worth it, because this book doesn't take that much to fly off. So, okay, now we go to bathroom to learn Incendio. There's not much, it won't happen that much, not much gonna happen. There's gonna be a little bit of talking, so we're gonna have to wait a little. And we're gonna learn Incendio. So we go to the bathroom, and now we basically wait until cutscene activates. Unfortunately, we cannot speed this up. At least not yet. I haven't figured out the way to do it.
To anyone that is just joining, you are watching Potterthon. This is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix for the PSP, performed by Luzakr. We are supporting the Trevor Project, which is the leading suicide prevention and crisis intervention organization for LGBTQ young people. They work to save young lives by providing support through free and confidential suicide prevention and crisis intervention programs on platforms where young people spend their time. They offer support through a 24/7 phone lifeline, chat, text, and through their purpose-built forum site, Trevor Space. They also provide public education, engage in advocacy efforts, and develop research. We currently have 2 donation incentives. One is for an HP6 Potions Rush run performed by Nikki, which is a $500 incentive, and the other one is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone for the PC, performed by Flo, who will be cosplaying as a maid if the donation goal is met. Back to Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix with Luzakr.
Okay, so here we are. We learned Incendio by casting it 3 times, and that's basically it.
Library books are meant to be
So
borrowed, so
that's
it's not as if we're doing anything wrong.
That's basically it, and we're gonna enter soon Room of Requirements with Neville. We're gonna help Neville get rid of some plants. It's gonna be a little bit more than PC. In PC it's like 3 plants, and they're pretty quick. Here we're gonna take some time to actually do it. But some cutscenes. Organizing Room of Requirements, the Dumbledore's army. So that's basically the middle of the game. We're gonna try to get as many people, as many students to our Dumbledore's army and teach them spells. There are a couple of spells to teach, to learn, but we're not gonna use them throughout the run. They're really interesting. If you would like to play with 2 people on PSP, because there's a multiplayer mode for this game, but only for like duels. You can duel with other people with AI on different levels, so you can for example go 2 versus 6 with your friend against enemies. It's a small part of this game, so it's not really that huge, but there's a multiplayer for this game, and you can do it with each other, and there are a lot of spells to choose from. But throughout this run, we're not gonna use them as much. Okay, now we go to Neville through now acquired library portrait. So let's go. And we're gonna go to greenhouse to use some Incendio in action. I use a little bit different route to coming to common room, then coming from common room, so going up and going down and using a little bit different routes for the stairs. It doesn't really matter. Both of them are practically the same speeds, but I just got used to it. That's basically the reason. I'm planning to make a little series of tutorials because this game doesn't have much skips, much optimizations, so I'm gonna make a playlist of just very short YouTube videos. So if you want to learn this game a little bit more, then I'm gonna make some sort of tutorial to help you with some of the strats that I'm gonna show you. Please don't jump that like that. Wait, he survived? That's weird. Okay, we have to fight them. There's gonna be a lot of fighting like this. We go through here. There's Neville. You don't even have to talk to him. And we have to burn everything up. Unfortunately, we have to do everything. There are some plants that's gonna like be in the way, like these ones, and you can only custom them if you burned every like side ones in the pots. They can also hit you, so you have to be a little bit careful. Also, you can start making a cast when moving, so I'm using that to my advantage. No! Okay, that wasn't my advantage. Harry lost the target, but that's fine, that's only one spell. And that's it. The rest is gonna be Neville's work, so wait a little.
Thanks, Harry.
Skip this dialogue. Some of the dialogues you can skip, there are like couple of them really.
Then it becomes what they require.
Most of them you cannot skip.
Say you're really desperate for the
Charming, Ronald.
And I wouldn't
Yes,
recommend
that's the general
to skip
idea.
them, because it's very easy to soft lock. Because you can skip some of the cutscenes, like some of the dialogues, but game doesn't know what to do when you skip them, and just soft locks, and can't let you progress any further. So, room of requirements. We've discovered it, and now we're gonna have to recruit, basically, other students and do some stuff for them. I think this is the part when in 5 PC we go for portraits and we aim for it. In 5 PC all portraits category, of course. The one that Henrik played. Now we actually gonna play the middle game. So first one is Ginny. She's gonna be in a Gryffindor common room. And we're gonna need invisibility cloak to get a potion from Umbridge's office. So let's go. First we're gonna have to talk to her, and then go with the cloak. To the office. Unfortunately, when having clock on, you cannot activate any like portraits, any dialogues, so we're gonna have to go through third floor, like at the start of the game. We won't be able to use library portrait, unfortunately, but that's not that huge of a deal. So let's go for it. Ron, please. I'm gonna get stuck a lot during some parts because it's very hard to actually maneuver here. Getting stuck on these stairs is extremely easy. So we go down to 3rd floor. We're a little bit faster with the cloak, which is kind of weird because we're moving with not that huge cloak. With 3 people, please. So that's interesting. So we're just gonna go to defense against the dark arts. Let's go here. Yes. Okay. So as you can see, camera moves a lot. Like the camera switches practically in every corner. And with that I have to adjust with the movement. It's very hard to get used to, but once you know the placement and the movement and the places you can get yourself locked, then it's not that bad. The stairs are kind of annoying part because you cannot really tell how to go up like fastly. So there are students, we have to drop the vases. I'm gonna move to the side a little because there's an invisible wall here. Like I cannot move now. Not until they cast on the vases. And yeah, if we touch them, then they're just gonna be something's not alright. Something touched me, and it takes a little bit of animation, and this invisible wall is taking longer to disappear. So, and now we go back. That's also the difference between PSP and PC. I'm pretty sure, I'm like 90% sure you get teleported after this. In PSP you have to go everywhere. There's no like teleportation, you have to go everywhere back to back. For example, in 5 PC you can go to Joe task and quit the game because the game is gonna load you back to the room of requirements. In PSP we're gonna have to go around. So let's go back to common room, to Genie, to claim the task and get some popularity. For some reason making a task for Genie makes us more popular. Like the Genie doesn't believe us, I guess. And yeah, and footsteps usually show the correct path, but in the middle game we do not care for them. We have our own route, and I think they always shows the common room. So
That was fun. I wish.
so now we ignore them basically until the late game. We talk to her,
Great. I'll return them to Fred and George.
and
tell them to be more
that's
careful.
basically it.
It's not that I
Now
approve.
there's gonna be
I wouldn't
talk
want
with
them
Hannah.
expelled.
Stop them being
There's a little skip that I found recently.
Howler's mom would send.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk to her. Practically with all the students we have to talk to them to activate their task. Here we're gonna just ignore her. Basically Hannah's problem is getting the password to 7th floor. So we're gonna have to talk to the portrait and get to know the password. Normally we have to talk to Hannah and ask her what's up, what's wrong, but we're gonna skip the dialogue with her. Basically we don't have to talk to her. In every other case there's like limitations, game stops you with any other students. In case of Hannah, for some reason there isn't. We can talk to the portrait right away. So this dialogue takes like 16 seconds, so let's not talk to her just for now. The stairs always moves here. We're gonna go down to the 7th floor portrait. I don't know the name of
Excuse me.
him.
Do you know where
I
the
always call
elevator
him
is
7th floor one.
to the 7th floor?
Yes, of course I do.
So we get the password and we're gonna go back to Hannah and activate two dialogues at the same time. The one just talking and asking what's up, and the second one like telling her what the password is. So you're not gonna able to hear anything because there are like two dialogues, and the lines aren't gonna make any sense. A little bit downside of this strat is we're gonna have to wait a little before leaving. You have to wait for the dialogues to end. Either way, we're gonna get kinda soft locked. Now we're gonna trigger this fight, but just trigger, not fight actually. Why we do this is because there's a small cutscene that shows, oh, she needs help, we should help her, and that's it. Oh, for some reason Crab didn't fight. And we talk to Susan now.
Don't worry. I'm sure you do the same for us.
I wish I was as good as you.
We're gonna go back to Great Hall because enough Hufflepuff students gonna believe us.
Great, thanks.
As you can see, they can be a little bit annoying. They're usually not bad, but it can happen that you cast Confidence on you and your movement is switched, and then it's pretty much annoying to move. So we talk to them, they believe us, so we can enter the Great Hall. I waited a little bit because entering right away might soft lock the game if we enter too soon. We cast Incendio on this to help her out with bullies. Casting on this chair, like this chair or something like this, skips the dialogue with Angelina in front of this entrance. So now we're gonna have to fix everything. And we're gonna leave.
She's in here. Got you.
And there's a cutscene. Malfoy is snitching on us.
But I'm keeping my eye.
As you can see by the characters, their heads doesn't match the rest of the body. Just the body is like, there are two designs for the body, I guess. So only heads changes. Which is kind of smart and expected, but it still looks a little bit dumb. So we leave the Great Hall. Now we go to Library Portrait. Next one is gonna be Michael in the Transfiguration class. But in the meantime, we're gonna do some stuff. Normally, we could go to the library, because there's Zacharias waiting for us there with his tasks. The problem is, Ravenclaw they don't believe us, and we don't have enough popularity score. So we're gonna have to get it somewhat. This is gonna be the first one. Gonna accio the pipe. And we help someone. There's a dean with gargoyles. We talk to him. Skip this dialogue. And now the fight with Slytherins. If you stay far away, they actually don't activate. So you can just stay far away and you don't have to fight with them. And we help her. Now she's grateful to us. Michael is locked. If we don't have enough popularity score, he unlocks about 10-11%. So now, if it, for example, skip the fight, he wouldn't be actually there. So that's, for example, how this game works. So if you don't have enough popularity, you cannot enter some stuff. Michael wouldn't be here. So so when routing, there had to be some adjustment to that. There's also a gargoyle for Dean, so we're gonna talk to him. Fortunately, we can skip dialogues with him, with this dialogue, with these gargoyles. Save. No, thank you. We're not saving. We're gaming. Now we're gonna talk to Padma and Parvati. And then we're gonna talk to Ernie. Ernie is in a different spot. In PC, he's near Hagrid's hut. Here, he's in potions class, which makes much more sense. I have no idea who came up with an idea. Ernie should be next to Hagrid's hut, looking for potion ingredients and making a potion. I have absolutely no idea. There are some students in the way. We're not talking with them. They're gonna activate some tasks, but they're for Hando, not for any percent. We don't need them. So Ernie is actually in potions class, which for me makes much more sense. So we're gonna talk to him. Ernie, for example, requires about 20-25% of popularity.
Sorry, I can't come just now.
So without helping Susan, Hannah, he wouldn't be here. So he requires a lot of Hufflepuff points, and he wants from us 5 flowers and 1 mandragora. We're gonna collect it soonish.
Listen, you find 5 molly plants and a mandrake root, and I'll find the other potion ingredients for you.
Where am I supposed to find those things?
Well,
Okay.
Professor Sprout has mandrakes in the herbology.
Now we're
room.
gonna leave the
And those
Hogwarts,
plants grow in the castle
talk to
grounds,
a
so you just have to
gargoyle,
nurture those.
and talk to Colin and make his task to get his camera back to him. So we go here. There's gonna be a gargoyle right about now, and we talk to him, skip, and we're gonna go to paved courtyard for Colin. There's also a gargoyle there. You can see from here. Now you don't. So in PC, gargoyle is here from what I remember. So the placement slightly changes, but overall gargoyles are roughly in the same spots. So this, for example, doesn't change that much. So we talk to Colin. Unfortunately, we have to talk to him. Otherwise, we cannot move the bench. Harry cannot cast on the bench. Why we need the bench to climb up? You'll see in a second.
Harry will get it back for you.
You will? Thanks, Harry, that's brilliant. It's up there. How are you going to get it? Whatever you do, I bet it'll be
So we go here, bench, let's go, and leave it here, and we're gonna climb. And incendio on this bush, and we're gonna have to do some climbing. Unfortunately for this game, there isn't fast climbing, so it's gonna take a while for us to move here. Colin 1 is kinda fast. Later on, there's gonna be much longer in prank sections. And repair to this, I started casting a little bit too soon. But that's perfectly fine. We're still ahead from the actual Reki. I have my hopes up I'm gonna get this Reki, but we'll see. That's my goal for now. So there is a gargoyle here. We're gonna have to fix him, but please hurry. Get off here, okay? And there's a camera for Colin. Gonna drop it. Now it triggers, so it's gonna land on him. Oh! Oh, I clicked the wrong button. But that's okay. Why am I clicking right? Okay, now going down is fast, but we have to be careful because if we would go all the way down, then Harry wouldn't move left because he would be too much to down. So from the pipe. Let's talk to him. You can skip this, and now we go for the gargoyle that I was talking about earlier. Next one is gonna be Fred and George. There's also an optimization, not a skip, for their task.
Hi.
I don't remember if I have it in world record, but it can save a little bit of time. So let's go here. Let's meet Fred and George now. Now the both house path, it's a lot different than PC. In PC it's kinda short and not that much interesting. PSP has this water. No, but in PSP it's a little bit more interesting, in my opinion. Longer as well, but there's actually stuff going on here. There were some rocks, we could have custom on them for 100%. For some reason fixing rocks gives us daily profits. I don't know why. And we get popularity. For some reason people like it and believe Harry when he fixes some stones. So we go here. I probably use this strat, so I'm gonna show you how it looks like. It's not much, but okay. Here we go. Here. And we're gonna have to put boxes in those boats.
We've been looking for you two. We found somewhere for the DA to practice.
And that's basically it.
You're not breaking school rules.
We wouldn't dream of it, would we, Fred?
Not with so many prefects around.
We're merely items where they won't
also,
oversensitive individuals.
For PSP, from my knowledge, I'm gonna test it maybe a little bit more, but the language doesn't matter. So we can actually use English one, which in 5 PC we don't. Previously it was French, now it's Finnish, so if you like English one, then there you have it. Another reason to play PSP than PC. Now we go here. Usually we should be standing right when we were, but fortunately Harry can cast from up here. Also here is a trigger for finishing this task for some reason. I'm gonna show you in a second when we finish. Put the boxes in the right positions. And we actually have to put them in the right positions because there are small and big gaps in the boats. So we have to put boxes correctly. You cannot see it, but just a bit back and right. Oh no, a little bit to the back. Okay. Minor time loss, but that's okay. Put the boxes, cover up. And for some reason, you should be going to Fred and George, but the trigger is also here to talk to them. So you don't have to go around. And going around here is kinda annoying because there's not much space, so you can get stuck pretty easily. So we cast Incendio, we don't know Redacto, so we have to use Incendio. In hand though, we would know Redactor by this point because we need a Redactor for some pranks. I think 3 of them.
That was amazing.
But we don't need 100%. We're doing any percent for now. Maybe next year.
You've just proved that
I'm gonna show you 100% and getting all the profits and pranking Slytherins.
We'll be there.
So we go the stairs up. Now we're gonna do some tasks. We're gonna end up in hospital wing. We're also gonna talk to Zacharias. So that's pretty neat. If you like him. So the stairs also. To be completely honest, I don't know if the stairs are longer. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, they should be. They're not as interesting as the path, but still something. So we go up. And fortunately we don't have to light this up. I know in 5 PC for Hando you have to light everything here. For PSP, fortunately, we don't have to. So we go back to Hogwarts. Now is the part if we did Hannah skip incorrectly. Now her second dialogue would activate, and it would basically soft lock us from using anything from this point. You couldn't, for example, use the portrait to the library because the game thinks we're at the entrance of Great Hall all the time, and the dialogue doesn't stop, and it goes on and on. Okay, we hit 1 hour mark, which is pretty nice. Usually I hit it around Fred and George, so they believe us, so we can go through. And now we talk to Zacharias. His first task is gonna be collecting the book. The book of Monster Book of Monsters. Wait, how it was exactly?
But I've got to get a copy of the Monster Book of Monsters first.
The Monster Book of Monsters. Okay.
Fine. We'll get that for you.
So we go here. For some reason, we can get this book from here in the random stop pot. Oh, did I? I think I missed it. Okay. I wasn't able to make it fast enough. So we take slippers, we take books. I think they wanted to recreate the scene from HP3 movie. At the start of the movie there is a scene where Harry is trying to get this book. I think that's the reference to it.
But you did say
Kinda weird one, but actually it's not that bad. If you understand this this cutscene, it's pretty enjoyable. Overall,
anyone to
Yeah,
anyone
yeah.
currently joining, you are watching Potterthon. This is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix for the PSP, performed by Luzakr. We are supporting the Trevor Project, a leading charity which supports young people in the LGBTQ community. We currently have 2 donation incentives. One is for an HP6 Potions Rush run by Nikki for a $500 incentive, and the other one is HP1 PC by Flo, who will be dressed up as a maid if the incentive is met. Back to Luzakr and Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix for the PSP.
okay, so we're back at the 4th floor. There's gargoyle here, so we're gonna go. And we go to hospital wing to get the potion for Zacharias and also talk to one of the students. I don't remember their names, sorry. The Ravenclaw one who's gonna enter a room of requirements. I always forget how he's called. I always was calling him Michael, but Michael is in Transfig, not here. So here, Anthony. It's Anthony. Okay. We have to talk to him. Take this potion for Zacharias. Don't forget this potion. I once forgot, and I wasn't happy about it. So we have to take it. There's also a task here for this girl, for Hando. Let me take this. Okay. So now we're gonna go to Clock Tower Courtyard for another Ravenclaw students. That's another one that I don't know the name of. I don't remember him. But later on we're gonna meet with Cho, which is the best task in the game. Are they gonna even say his name here? I'm pretty
We're
sure.
currently over a minute ahead of the world record, by the way.
Yes.
Insane.
Maybe it's gonna be a little bit less because now it's a little bit fake time save, but we're basically saving 16 seconds when we were gonna lose 5 seconds. And because at this point usually I was going for the portrait, and there's actually a faster way to go for this. So I'm gonna tell you about it a little bit later when we talk to her. So now with Cho, this is the best task, trust me, and we're gonna get some flowers in the way near the Hagrid's hut. There are a lot of cool daily profits and Hando's trust here. Not this time, as I've said, maybe next year, probably next year, because Hando is actually a little bit more interesting than any %. So, and I would recommend playing this just casually. Maybe not speedrun it, it's not the greatest game to speedrun, but just to play, especially if you know 5 PC very well, then this can be an interesting experience. There's one flower, second flower, and the third one here. There's also student bullying to punish the Slytherin. We usually put the pumpkin on his head. So that's the pranks we do here. So it's not only fighting to get some popularity, but also some pranks, which is kind of interesting idea. I kind of like it. They are very simple, but I kind of like them personally. So we now go to Chang directly. If I remember correctly, in 5PC. Oh, in 5PC, there's also a Luna task here. Luna isn't here. Luna is at the end of the game, but we don't have to make a task for her. I think she's the only one missing in 5 PSP. Which is kinda nice, because in 5 PC, Luna task is kinda annoying to speedrun. You can fail it very easily. In 5 PSP there is no Luna. There's actually no Luna up to like the swamp section, which is interesting.
Ron, I think we
Now we can skip this dialogue and we enter the show. There's basically nothing going on. We're gonna have to chase the owl, and that's it. And there's gonna be the best dialogues in the entire game.
Has Gryffindor got a new keeper yet?
Harry,
Yeah,
the
it's my
best
friend
Rizzler.
Weasley.
The tornadoes hater.
Yeah. You sending a package?
Yes.
It's good
I sent it
he's
for my mum's birthday,
doesn't
but I forgot to
start
put the
moving
address on it, and now the owl's flown up
before
the
her.
come down.
I'll get it for you.
Okay, let's go. Can we? Thank you. Oh no, he's escaping. No, what should we do? It's sad we cannot use Aki on him or something. That would speed up the process. And we go and we go. Yeah, this is it's maybe not the worst part of the speedrun, but mid game isn't that kind of bad. The late game is a little bit annoying, but it's still okay. And we go back. But there's gonna be a twist. There's gonna be a twist this time. You're not gonna believe it. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be such a good gameplay. So we go. Man, it's actually longer than I always thought. I'm always like watching some YouTube stuff during this run. So I'm sometimes it doesn't recognize how long this actually takes. And we have to repair these rocks. That's the twist. That's the added gameplay. Yep. So we go again. For now. It's not as long as it's previously, but still takes some time. But finally it's gonna be over. We're just gonna have to climb a little, use reparo, and that's basically it. So let's move. So we're close to the end. Now let's climb. Hurry, please. Reparo. It's interesting that Harry can start climbing when it's not fully repaired. Maybe I'm gonna get it now, like this. No, it's hard to get to make it repairing while Harry is climbing, but it's
Thank you, Harry. That was really
weirdly
nice of you.
thingy.
No problem.
I like spending time with you, Harry.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thanks. I'm so amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes?
I mean,
I'm Harry
would
D.
you like
Potter.
to bring Marietta to the meeting as well? It's in the room of requirement.
Oh.
To be honest, I am making
Alright
fun
then.
of him, but
I'll see you later then.
Yeah, of course.
I'm like, what, 10 years older than him? And I still don't have such a race, so I'm not a Riesler, so I'm making fun of him, but it's like, yeah, he's doing much better than I do, so
How did what go?
Oh, nothing.
Sometimes you make no sense at all,
But-
Honey.
That's because you have the emotional range of a
the fact that
2-year-old.
you're a chosen one makes it easier. What? I almost... No. I almost resetted the splits. That would be sad. Okay, now we go back. As I've said before, in the 5 PC you can just close the game and reopen it, and you end up in room of requirements. Here, if you save and reopen the game, you're gonna be at the same place. So you're gonna have to move a little. Otherwise, Shaw would be the last task, probably, in the routing. Well, maybe the second last, because you get flowers here for Ernie. So, and Ernie isn't in the Hagrid's hut. He's in the potion class, so maybe Ernie would be last, actually. Or Zacharias, as it stands for this route. We're gonna have to move to the side. There's an invisible wall for some reason in the middle of the bridge. I don't know why. It just exists. And now we're gonna unlock a new portrait. Scuffed movement. It's gonna be very similar. This portrait is in entirely different place than 5PC, but the task is very similar. So talk to him. He doesn't like the portrait opposite side, so we move this bookcase, and that's it. And he lets us go pass through. As you can see, also each time entering the new place, like going through portraits or through doors, there's a nice animation. I hope one day I'm gonna learn how to remove them. That's gonna be a huge time save. For now, it's not, unfortunately, the case. Now we're gonna do some stuff.
Are you a talking?
Yes, I'm a talking gargoyle. For some reason, this cutscene activates when we are here. I don't know why. Now we're gonna go for some flowers. Mandragora. So we're gonna basically finish requirements for Ernie's task. Let's go here. Of course, we're gonna have to put headphones first. I don't know why I'm clicking X. I actually could have soft locked here because I was trying to skip the cutscene. That's not skippable. It could turn out badly. Okay, so we go back. We have everything for Ernie. We do not talk to him yet. We do it a little bit later. We're gonna talk to Dean soon, but not yet. Because one gargoyle is missing. There's a flower here, the last one. So we have everything. There's a last gargoyle, maybe you've already noticed. He was in front of Data class, so we have to go there. So let's go. Unfortunately, there's like only gargoyle here. So we basically go to this place just for him, which takes a little bit of time, but are you talking gargoyle? That's the question. So we have everything, but before we go to Dean to claim the task, we're gonna go to Zacharias to give him the potion back. Maybe not back, but just give him a potion. And he's gonna activate another quest to talk to Dick.
Here.
I finished
Here.
my homework ages ago. What I need now is to know when nearly headless Nick died. You lot are in Gryffindor, so I'm sure you can find out.
And if we do, you'll come to the meeting?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Great. Come on, you two.
Maybe I'm
Let's find
doing
nearly headless Nick.
in... Yeah, I'm probably was doing in our order. So I'm gonna lose time to my life split I have set up. Actually, wait. How was I doing it? Okay, doesn't matter. We talk to Dean and we're gonna finish his task with the gargoyles. And now we go to Ernie, claim his task, and then use the portrait. So we go here. Go to Ernie and we are gonna use this portrait right here. To go to the 5th floor, where the headless Nick will be there, and we're gonna talk to him, ask him which year he died. Or for example, usually there's a cutscene here where there's like, oh, welcome to dungeons, there's a spider hanging.
Great.
Now it didn't
Is there
appear.
a requirement for the DA
So
meeting?
my guess is you can skip this. Those animations between the levels. I don't know how yet, but yeah. If you want to play this and do some strat finding, then that would be appreciated. But don't worry. Don't worry, it's fine, it's fine. I'm having fun just racing myself. As I've said before, my goal is to make this speedrun the second slowest any percent speedrun. I haven't
Think
checked.
you can pull it off this run?
Maybe, like, if you can check, what's the any percent for 7.2 DS any percent? Because
I will check.
because I don't remember how much I'm behind. Maybe this is the run. Maybe this is the second slowest world record. That would be dope. But I think it was like 226, so it's still possible. But we'll see. Okay, we talked to Nick, and we're gonna give the information back to Zacharias. And he's gonna finally accept our offer to join.
This will be rather close, as 7 Part 2 DS is currently sitting at a 226.53.
Okay,
So you need to save like 10 more seconds.
yeah, there is a place where I lost a lot of time, so there's a chance. Okay, we talked to her. We talked to Dodder. Oh, it moved. Dodderich portrait. We're gonna use it later to save some time in late game. So we go to Zacharias now, going through second floor portrait. Probably I'm gonna save time here. I should be saving my time here. I was behind a lot of time, so probably here are the difference I had before. I was losing time before, but now I'm gonna regain it probably. So probably I was going for different going for gargoyles at different times.
It's in a room off the 7th floor corridor. You just have to think about the DA meeting to find the room.
Or maybe not. I don't know. I'm actually gonna have to recheck that. So he finally accepted. Now we go to the 7th floor and start learning spells. But we're not gonna use the stairs. There's actually a way to use portrait. 7th floor portrait. But firstly we're gonna have to talk to him. Because Dodderich, I don't know how to spell it. Dodderich wants some food from that guy that we talked. So that's her task.
Hey, Harry.
Usually I think in my route even it's still up. We talked to Dodderich very early, but there's no need. The moment I was talking to her is probably the best because we're very close to her when we leave 5th floor, so oh, maybe that's why I actually lost time and saved time. Maybe that's the reason, actually. So now we're gonna spell learn a lot of spells. There are like 8 around that. Okay, first we're gonna talk to Hermione. She's gonna teach us 2 spells. First one is Confundus.
I'll demonstrate on a dummy.
The name says it, so I think I don't have to explain it. What it might do. I used 2 Confundus actually. Usually you should only cast 1. It doesn't matter, unfortunately. It doesn't activate like 2 cutscenes with Hermione, so it doesn't save time. I'm pretty sure there's a potential to find some strats here as well, because those spells take a little bit of time, like almost 9 minutes, so we're gonna learn here. So another one, so triangle, click, hold, and you have this. We're not using this spell because it takes a little bit longer, and it doesn't do that much more damage than normal Stupefy. We still would have to cast 3 Stupefy duos to defeat an opponent, and it's much longer to use.
I think I know just the spell. How about this
now,
one, Harry? Reducto.
Reducto,
Didn't
that
you use that during the Triwizard
is used
Tournament?
for Hando, but
It says you need
and
to aim, then
like
move your
blowing the
wand
boxes
like this.
with Fred and George.
Reducto.
But in any percent, we don't need this. So it's not combat spell. So basically that's it. Each time we're gonna have to make 3 spells. These ones are pretty fast, but later on they're gonna take a little bit of time. Especially Protego Duo and Rictus Sempra. So now we talk to Colin.
Hi, Harry. I can't wait.
Now we're gonna learn
We're going to do
Petrificus
something
Totalus.
exciting. I bet we are. Yeah. Can we blow something up? Or try and turn someone into a ferret? Or what's that spell where you make somebody completely freeze so they can't move?
For some reason we have to talk
Petrificus Totalis.
each time
Please, Harry, it'll
2
be
times to
amazing.
them.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Oh, brilliant.
Okay.
So Petrificus
this is quite a
Totalus.
simple spell, but it's very useful. To paralyze an opponent,
yeah,
you need to
that's
point your wand
that's
and tap
basically
it,
it.
as I'm doing.
Okay, everyone, I'll demonstrate on a dummy.
So same case. We use it, Colin use it, we Colin, we Colin, and it ends. So one more.
That's it. Well done, Colin.
Wow, Harry, you're the greatest teacher ever.
Thanks. Let's
Thanks.
teach the others.
Sure I am. I'm amazing, by the way. Okay, now I never can call it right. Finite incartantem.
Here it is, Harry. If someone is under the influence of another spell, you can help them with Finite
Infinite
Incantatem.
incartantem.
Aim, then your wand moves
It's
to
pretty
move
interesting
like this.
spell.
Finite
It's not really used.
You
Like,
show them how
why
to
we
do it,
should
Harry.
take off
Okay, Angelina.
the effects of spells from our allies that do nothing. But in multiplayer scenario, it could be somewhat interesting, right? It also protects you from spells. So Petrificus Totalus and Ron is fine. So we had to learn Petrificus Totalus first before learning this spell. That's why we're learning spells counterclockwise. So it's a little bit faster. Also, camera movement is
Let's teach the others.
a little bit
Great, Harry.
better aligned to do it this path. So we can teleport. We basically like move one step and the game recognize where we want to, with who we want to talk to. So if you're gonna run it, remember counterclockwise here.
You need to target your spell and then
If you want to
cast
run
your
it,
wand like
routes are present in
I'm sure
Discord
Zacharias won't mind if he helps you
for
show the others
handhelds.
the spell.
So, and if any questions, I can obviously help. I'm not sure if many people are gonna be attracted to this, but if there are enough and we're gonna take off Nixo from top 10, then that will be... I will be very glad to see that happen, but Finding another people, it's gonna be challenging. For now, it's obviously me, as a world record holder, Nixo, that's grinding top 10 in everything, and also Yoshi played this game once,
Brilliant. Well done, everyone.
about 4 or 5 years ago, to just present it
That's all the time we have to
once on the stream,
Maybe you can do
but
it
his run is actually valid and is present on the leaderboards. If you're wondering where these are, because they're not like normal leaderboards, there are in category extensions. They don't have their own like game page, as well as for PSP. 6 PSP doesn't have its own because it's so similar to DS. It's basically the same game that it doesn't matter. It's the same. But remember, you can only play 6 PSP on the console. On the emulator, it's not allowed. So we have to wait for Neville to attack, and Protego Duo does this, as you can see. It's gonna be annoying, because our opponent's also gonna use it and cast it on us. The previous spell, Rictus Sempra, was previously used by me at the start of those runs. Probably in previous Potterthon I was using... No! Fuck this. Not this spell. I love this Thanos. I was using Rictus Sempra because it knocks back the opponents and only need 2 casts to take down the opponent. But yes, normal Stupefy seems to be even better, because it knocks back a little bit the opponents, so he stops casting and is extremely fast. That's why Protego Duo is annoying when opponents use it, because you use Stupefy. Let me just focus not to lose time here again. So you use Stupefy, it comes back at you, you got confused, and yeah. It's not very annoying, but it can lose some time. Especially when opponents sometimes use only Protego for like half a minute and don't do anything else. So...
Oh no! I'm so sorry!
Don't worry, you did quite well. Okay, no, you were
And
terrible.
that's a
I
Sigma
know you
move.
could do it. I watched you while we were doing the other spell.
Just
Yeah.
tell your crush that she's bad.
Let's teach the spell to her.
And she's awful. It works. Trust me. Okay, now... Unfortunately it's the same as PC. PSP doesn't have unique Harry kiss, but it's a kiss. Bravo! No, bravo! So remember, tell your crush that she's bad at something. Done. Done. Don't follow it, don't follow it. No, that's not an advice. Okay, now, we had a villain, so we're gonna talk to McGonagall.
Come on.
Actually, she's gonna talk to us.
No.
Sometimes it happens that these stairs are bugged. I hope it didn't happen. Sometimes these stairs doesn't move for some reason, and you have to go a little bit around. Now we go down, and we're gonna have... I'm having problems with English. Occlumency? I think it's how it's called. So basically we're gonna have a mini game with Snape. Occlumency, is it that? So we go down, and yeah. It's gonna be very similar to PC, but I think a little bit worse. Like, even less intense. What you're gonna see now. After discussing.
I need you to go to your portrait at Grimmauld Place.
To anyone joining, you are watching Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix for the PSP, performed by Luzakr. This is Potterthon. We are currently supporting the Trevor Project, a charity aimed to support young LGBTQ+ people. And we have 2 donation incentives in place right now. One is for an HP6 Potions Rush run by Nikki, and the other one is Flo dressing up as a maid for his HP1 PC speedrun. Back to Luzakr and HP5 for the PSP.
Okay, so we have this lesson. As you can see, Snape is very scary. He looks a little bit dumb, to be completely honest, but... And that's basically it. I have to be at least a little bit focused here. You have to just click fast enough. You don't have to be like pitch perfect. There's a possible way to make it faster by, like, I don't know, 12 seconds, maybe 8, but you have to be like perfectly click them and have very and be very fast. I was able to do it in 30% of the speed only. If you miss something or click the wrong button, it can extend. From what I remember, it's 18 clicks, then 25, then 32, then 40, and goes on and on. About 7, 8 plus. Not for every mistake, but for every couple of seconds. Now, another difference from PC. Now, we skipped a lot. That's the first thing. The second thing, we have to win this fight. In PC, we actually have to lose. This one we have to win. But we're gonna use dummies to our advantage. That was what I was talking about. That's a weak fight, but that's okay. I use duo. And another Protego duo. Yeah, they love it. They love it. Rick to Sempra even. That was already hit. No. No way. No way. How? Please. Please. Okay, okay, time to time to lose time. Okay, so normally they don't use that much Protego, especially not Protego Duo, but they did here. It's not great, but yeah, there is a chance. I don't know how it works. I'm gonna have to figure it out. Sometimes they don't move, they don't activate, and they don't fight. They just standing and you can custom them and they do nothing. I couldn't recreate it. Like, I can recreate it, but it's very low percent chance and it feels kinda random. So there is probably a consistent way to make them not fight. And in this scenario that you've seen, it would be very useful. I think I might have lost like half a minute maybe. So that's unfortunate, but that's fine. On my world record, I also lost 20 seconds here, so it's not gonna be that bad. Okay, so we finished the middle section.
Harry!
What's the matter?
Now we're gonna go to Hagrid's hut. Normally it would be a long way through 4th floor,
McGonagall
then
tried to
clock
help
tower,
She's been
but
hurt.
we've talked to
We need to
Doddridge,
get to Hagrid's hut, in case he's
and
having
we're
any
gonna use
accidents
her
out.
portrait
You know, him helping
to make it
Dumbledore
a
with
little bit faster.
droids.
Not a little bit, it's actually quite a long time. She's also gonna be used later on the prank section, but this optimization saves much more. Please move. Thank you. So 4th floor, and she's here. We've done the talking about her food, so she's gonna let us in, and we're gonna end up in the clock tower, which is gonna be useful now and in the prank section, because there's a lot of walking around the Hogwarts. And unfortunately, unlike PC version, in PC version all the pranks are like available right away. On PSP you have to do them one by one, and they're usually not very close to each other. So there's gonna be a little bit of walking, but it's not the worst. Footsteps should now show the correct path, or the most optimal one. The problem is sometimes they see portraits, sometimes they don't. At least they're gonna get you there, but not maybe the fastest route. So I got stuck here. There's gonna be another fight. This one isn't as annoying, because they're gonna be also focused on Ron and Hermione. So
Pet teacher, Potter. What are you doing here, Malfoy? I've come to
so
celebrate
that's
like you,
a
Potter.
significant
I mean,
difference.
we all knew that big oath was a substandard teacher, but finally
let me
someone
open
in
this.
authority realised
Okay.
it too.
Watch it, Malfoy.
Of course, the Ministry had to send some wizards to protect Professor Umbridge.
If this fight's gonna go well, then maybe
Giant,
it's
they
not
thought
gonna
it'd
be
be
that
too
bad
stupid by the time he
when
got
it
the sack. That's
it
it,
will
Malfoy.
come to
Oh,
losing
no!
time. So please, I go to the side because we have a better angle. Sometimes I do stupefy do on accident, but that's an accident, not like the correct path. Okay, we skip this and we go up, and we're gonna start the prank section. The first one is gonna be in the clock tower, putting boxes in the old tower. Actually, it's not gonna be that much time loss as I thought it would be. Oh well. So it seems my recce was also terrible here. I think is even gonna save them some time, right? It's gonna be the exact same. Okay. I thought it would be much longer. It would be half a minute, but it's like 20 seconds. So it's not bad. It's pretty good, to be honest. Looking back at that fight, it's a lot. Okay, now we go here. There's also gonna be a little bit of climbing and a little bit of talking to Colin. He's gonna wait for us with the boxes. We're gonna have to put them in the correct spots. There are gonna be 7 boxes. It's kinda hard to get to know where the boxes have to go. But after some tries, you can figure this one out. As you can hear, and maybe actually don't hear, there's no dialogue here. As I've said previously, some dialogues are skipped. When it comes to other languages, most of the dialogues are skipped, and it's in some languages I was trying at first French because it was fastest in 5 PC. I was trying it on PSP and practically the entire game is silent. So I hope other languages aren't faster on PSP, because otherwise it's gonna be a very silent run. Because there are only dialogues working in the actual cutscenes, so practically no dialogues. There are like just few that actually are that actually exist in French. I don't know why, but that's how it goes. Okay, so we go here and we enter Owlery. So Connie's gonna send us some boxes and we're gonna have to put them in the correct places. Now there's gonna be a cutscene that shows us somewhat where they are, but it doesn't help that much. It's there and there and there and there and there and there, so it's not very helpful. So I have pictures that tells me where it is, where they should go, the exact spots. I've played this game enough, I kinda remember now, but in the route for any percent there are pictures where to put those boxes. So if you're starting and even play for 5th time and still don't remember the placement like I did, then yeah, in the route they are actually present. Now this part is kinda annoying because Harry has big problems aiming at the boxes. I hope he won't have now. For now he doesn't. Okay, great. Ah. I usually miss like one cast or like two. So it's pretty nice. Here on this floor it's much better. I don't remember, yeah, I always have problems with this one. Well, the next ones are should be a little bit better. This one is kinda annoying because it's like here. And the last one, the 7th one. This is probably the easiest. Now we go up. I'm gonna repair a ladder. Filch is gonna come, so there's gonna be a little cutscene. We're gonna skip this. Firstly, I thought that this section would be like one PC, that the cutscene is playing, you cannot skip this, and you have to like blindly follow the path. Fortunately or unfortunately, you can skip this dialogue. Of course, this cutscene. Of course, fortunately because it's much easier, but unfortunately because that would be actually funny to play and learn. I know I'm weird, but I actually like in one PC the blind section of Flipendo. But I would say fortunately it doesn't happen here. So next one is gonna be clock tower. We're gonna change the clocks, the clocks, not the wires, to prank the time. Wait, it's gonna be actually a nice time save here. So here we can skip this dialogue. Fine, that's pretty nice. And now the clock tower. Of course we have to move and go. Actually, it's pretty weird that there are no portraits here. Like, maybe not the Owlery itself, but the bridge? I think that would be a nice portrait placement. Or Hagrid's hut. There are some portraits that we don't use. For example, there's a portrait linking hospital wing and 7th floor. We don't use that. There's portrait linking grand staircase and potion class. We also don't use that. And they're not even used in Hando because it isn't required. The game doesn't hold any information about the portraits that we unlocked, so in Hando there is no requirements for this. So, Dean, we're gonna mess up the clock tower, as he said a second ago. So, we're gonna move the clocks. There's a way, I'm gonna pull them off with Wingardium Leviosa. There's a way to move them with Accio. And the problem with Accio is that they usually hit you. They're really close. Harry then has problems with aiming. That's why I'm using Wingardium Leviosa. We do this. We cannot place it right away. And you have to actually wait for the middle clock to move before you can insert it. Otherwise it won't insert. The clocks have to move. Now Crabbe and Malfoy showed up. We have to fight with them. Malfoy is very nice. Usually he stays up and you have to go for him. What? No! Not again! He's Malfoy. Okay. Normally you cannot you can use Wingardium Leviosa, but it doesn't lift up the clocks, so you have to fight them off. Otherwise, it won't work. So this clock tower was also pretty nice because Malfoy went down. He used some Protego, but I can forgive him. Usually you have to go up for him because he's lazy. Okay, now we go down and we use the portrait. Wait a little because sometimes it can soft lock. And now the speakers. There are 5 speakers. So yeah, that's basically it. First one is on the first floor. I don't remember the placement for PC ones. But they are pretty much different from what I kind of remember. First floor, I think there is a first floor, but near the bridge. Here it's right here, where you are. So we talk to them.
We need your help. We...
These announcements are really annoying.
We think we know how we can sabotage them, but we need your help.
Okay.
Can you help us move that? Then you can climb up and pour babbling beverage into the loudspeaker.
Good idea, isn't it?
Great. Let's do it.
Great idea. We move here to have a better angle on this box because we're gonna climb it to get to the speaker. It might be counterintuitive to go back, but the camera angle is much better, and it actually saves some seconds to go this way. Now the footsteps are showing us the weird way. For some reason it forgets that we have this portrait. Now the speaker in library. This is the one I was mentioning before, with the bookcase. And we move the bookcase a little bit closer, so we have it here, and Harry can aim at it, and we have a clear view where to put it. As I've said before, you can do it blindly from the spot before, but it's extremely precise. Usually it doesn't work. I was trying some setups and I was usually failing, so I decided that it doesn't save that much time. It only saves like a second and a half, and that's the time when Harry is making the cast. That's basically it. That's the time save that would be. Otherwise, it's not really a time save. Now we have to move this. Very interesting fact: the table that is next to us and we don't cast on doesn't exist on the PSP. On the actual hardware, it's not existent. For some reason, I have no idea, it only exists on Emulator and it's bugged. I'm kinda worried I won't be able to climb it like this. You have to do it like here. Hopefully it's gonna work. If not, then no, it's gonna work. That's fine. Can you climb? Thank you. On the recce, I've lost a lot of time here. My gold is a little bit fake, because my gold is with the bookcase prepared, so I didn't have to move. Don't follow the footsteps. What was I talking? Oh, I had prepared bookcase in my gold, so I didn't have to move it. So this gold that I have for myself is a fake one, but I'm gonna save some time. So this is actually a pretty good run. Like I was worried that I would screw up many places, many things, many strats, many movements, but this run is actually pretty damn good. Last year, unfortunately, I wasn't able to beat the recce, and I was like a little bit, like 5 minutes behind the recce at that time. And now it's possible to beat this, so I'm satisfied. The footsteps are gonna show us. They show us this way? Huh? Oh, okay. They're gonna show us the path through 3rd floor, but we're gonna use the library portrait. The next speaker is nearby, maybe not close. Dada class, but going through library portrait is a little bit faster. Just a slight amount. Mostly it's because of the RNG, because up to this library portrait there are stable stairs, so they don't move. So you won't lose time to stairs moving. But through the 3rd floor you might lose a little bit of time. So we go here, the other way around. And this one is actually faster, because Padma and Parvati are on the bridge, but extremely close to the door. We're gonna leave now, like this door right here, in a second. Here. They're gonna be just right behind this door. That's why this path is a little bit faster. Now another climbing section. Next one, like the big one, is gonna be with swamps. The 5th speaker is probably the longest, but not for climbing. We're gonna do different stuff. But yeah, here a little bit a long section, because it's right there. And to get there, we're gonna move here. The hitboxes are weird here, and we're gonna have to go slowly. Harry isn't speedrunning. He's not a speedrunner. He's chilling. At least on PSP. On PSP he's chilling. On PC you can speed him up, but here no. He's playing slowly. I could speed this up with a cheat on the emulator, but of course it would invalidate the run, and that's why there's on top right the FPS counter and the percentages to make sure the run is valid and it's not sped up, because on this emulator it's kinda easy to speed the game up without noticing. So yeah, if you're planning on playing, remember about this. It's within the rules, but I know sometimes people might miss it, so... Okay, so the speakers. And everything about this game, basically I've created, so... Like, for a very, very long time people knew that this PSP games existed and that are there, but nobody played, except for Yoshi once played it. So I don't know actually the reason, but he played it, and that was basically it. But I came and said, no, we need PSP, but don't worry, it won't be in full series, okay? Okay, when everyone agreed. I think like the main reason people were like not so eager to add them was, firstly, nobody knew them and nobody like really wanted to learn them, and secondly, full series. Imagine adding 5 PSP to full series. That would be a pain for some, not for me, because I don't care. There were even plans to make a PSP trifecta. Of course, it was my idea, but I got it scrapped because actually, Harry, please move better here. Actually, I'm just making boards for myself at this point. I don't remember the time for PSP Trifecta Any %. I think it was like 4.5 hours. I tried Trifecta PSP Hando, and on the 8th hour, I was almost on 8, emulator broke for 6 PSP, because I had to use a different emulator, because 6 PSP is problematic, so that's one of the reasons why there is no 6 PSP on the leaderboards. In the DS with emulator you cannot apply, because the programming there is a little bit weird, and there are like 4 sections with different FPSs and emulator doesn't recognize them correctly. And it is buggy and it's weird, basically. Please stop, Harry. Now they can hit you. No, he lost target. Okay. These plans are kinda annoying, but only the first time, because basically there is no spot that they cannot hit you when you have a target on them, so... This fight is also kinda annoying because they move around. There are a lot of objects. Did my allies hit me? Please start casting. Okay, thank you. This fight is kinda annoying, but it didn't went that bad. Now we need this box. Put it under speakers, and that's the last one. I don't know, but I like this sound. Please! No. Okay. Not thank you. Actually, not thank you. Okay, now the swamps. The first one is Not bad. Second one is a lot of climbing. Third one is a nice skip. So that's that. And now we're actually gonna meet Luna. Little bit late, but oh well. Developers for gore. We use this portrait. Wait, there is an animation? I thought there always was. As I've said, I'm gonna have to look it up more deeply. Okay, so we go down for the first swamp prank. We talk to Luna. Harry!
Gave me a message.
Yes? What is it?
They said they've hidden portable swamps in the courtyard. They'd like us to set them off. There's one up there.
This section
You
is
just have to
somewhat
find a way to get
interesting.
it down and into the middle of the courtyard.
So we're gonna have to get the rock and put it in here. I don't know how to even call that spot. We get this one, put it here between those pillars, and we climb up. Now this one is a little bit scary because Harry can easily fall off. You can use Wingardium or Accio. From my experience, 2 Accios are a little bit better than Wingardium. And we put it in the middle. We run away and we're gonna use Redacto to activate it. And that's the first swamp. 2 more to go. And the second one is a little bit long. The second one is practically the same as the PC one. But it's in the same place. But we cannot go through these swamps. So we have to go through this portrait to the path to courtyard. I'll wait a couple of seconds, maybe way too long. If you go right away, very fast, then it can softlock for some reason. But usually waiting like 2 seconds is enough, but I wanted to make extra care not to softlock here, especially for this event, so that will be kinda sad. Okay, so we go here with Ron this time only. And there's gonna be a lot of climbing. Even if this section is like the longest in terms of climbing and basically doing nothing, it doesn't feel that bad. To be completely honest, I hate these speakers more, or call it not, but Chotask. This one takes the most amount of time and is the most tedious, but for some reason I don't mind it that much. Okay, so we have to go here. I think this one is the closest to PC. Actually, the first swamp is the same as well, when I think about it.
Currently watching Potterthon. This is Luzakr performing Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix for the PSP. And he is currently 1 minute and 47 seconds ahead of the world record, well on pace to make this the second slowest any percent speed run of all the games. This year we are supporting the Trevor Project, a charity that aims to support young people in the LGBTQ plus community with a variety of services. It is a great cause worth supporting, and we have 2 donation incentives in place. there is an HP6 Potions Rush run by Nikki, which is a $500 donation incentive, and HP1 PC performed by Flo, who will cosplay as a maid if it is reached. Back to Luzak and HP5 for the PSP.
Yes, and we're back. Thanks to Portal, it went smoothly. Just climbing here. So there's go here, and there's gonna be a swamp thingy, the bomb, or something like this. I think it's possible to like throw it perfectly in the middle, so later on we don't have to cast on it and aim it, but okay, now it's the part annoying, I said, because it's very fast and easy to like slide down, but you have to stop in the correct moment. And it's very easy to miss. Especially this one is annoying. But I made it. As you could see, Harry's legs clipped through that, and they do every time. Like in this section, making this normally doesn't work. You have to be actually a little bit down for Harry to start going to the side. Okay. So even if it took like 3 minutes, I think, of just climbing, it wasn't that bad. We put it in the middle. Now here, Harry for some reason triggers the plant that used Incendio before with the Colin Task. Okay, now the last swamp, which is gonna be the fastest, because we can skip parts of it actually, because the last one is related as the speakers with the fight, but that fight can be skipped, like not skipped, but you don't have to fight with them, you just have to cast on them. Just like in middle game I had a duel with Slytherins in Transfig, where they were just standing and I was casting Stupefy and they didn't respond. Here is the same. But also we're gonna skip the cutscene that that Genie is talking with, I think, Crab, from what I can remember. So we go here. Fortunately, it's not hard to make this work. The only small problem is casting on the bomb from far away. It's kind of weird, it's kind of wonky, but it's not hard. So we go like here, we have them in vision and we can cast on them. Ron usually join us, but Gene is walking to like start talking. He's and the last one. How did he survive? Huh? Now moving this bomb is weird because of the camera movement, but went nicely. Somewhat nicely. Okay. Now we get out of here. Start casting Radacto and cast. Swamp sections aren't hard. Usually there's a dialogue when starting the fight. Genie and Crab are talking a lot, and I think after they're done, with the fight. I think there's another talk, so we can skip some part of it. Now there's Snape then cutscenes. Another Snape lesson. In the background this time is Gromp. In the previous lesson in the background was I don't actually remember what it was. The background. Doesn't matter. So another one. I think it's the same length, if not shorter. Always had the feeling that this one is faster, but maybe it's because it's just the feeling that I'm close to the end. I don't care anymore. Okay. Went pretty decent. Now, there's this cutscene. We skipped, I think, pretty nice amount of gameplay from PC. Now, nothing's gonna happen here. And no, this cutscene is right away. But now, on PC version, we fly as Fred, I think, and we activate the fireworks. As we can see, nothing happened here. So we skipped this part of the gameplay as well.
So long, we won't be seeing you. Don't bother keeping in touch, you old bats.
I think that's okay. Like the Fred and George section on PC was pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't miss it that much that I would love it to have it in PSP. So another vision. Is it fake or real? You decide.
I saw it. But what if Voldemort meant for you to see?
Okay, there are a little bit more cutscenes upcoming. There's gonna be the best moment. Actually, two great moments, but one the best. And
You were going to
Dumbledore, weren't you?
very well. The curse ought to loosen.
Harry's laugh. I love it. And that's illegal. I'm actually surprised there aren't like any memes from Hermione saying, "Wait, that's illegal." There should be one. There definitely should be one. Or if there is, I'm not aware of it.
You know, I really hate children.
And I have a quiz for you.
To me, to tie up the
There are lines, as you can see, during those cutscenes. Count how many O's are gonna be in the last Umbridge text. Because there is a precise amount. And I love it. I know there are like, I think 5 big O's and 7 small ones? Maybe. I don't remember now. No, it's only 3 and 5 small. 3 big O's and 5 small. Very precise. It wouldn't work if there were like 6 small O's.
Come on. Thank you, Grop. But Harry, how exactly are you planning to get all the way to London? Let's find
There's
out.
another part
You might
here
need to get some help.
that is pretty nice to get, but I don't know how. At least not yet.
Harry, we've got to stop Malfoy.
This fight also can be bugged, so they don't attack, but I don't know how to do it, actually. Oh, I think it worked. Yep. See? Thank you. Very nice. I think it's the path you go for fighting with them. So great, a time save. I don't remember how it went in Reki, but it might have saved a lot of time.
It's not that I don't appreciate.
You don't have to do this all by yourself, mate.
We don't know how to get to London anyway.
Well, that's obvious.
Now,
Come on.
I hate this. I hate this part. It's nothing a big deal, but we have to follow Luna, and she doesn't like sprinting much. She likes to stop, and the worst part is she has to be with us all the way down. Even the worst part is sometimes Ron and Hermione stops her in her way, so she stops because Hermione is standing in front of her. And to activate the cutscene that you're gonna see in a second, she has to be at the end. It's a small thing, but it really annoys me every time. This time it went nicely.
Here we are.
I'm not gonna lie.
How we?
That was a pretty nice split. So about how many? 7 minutes to go. There's gonna be a unique level that's not in PC version. A maze. There's actually a maze section. It's not a good level. It's just there. It just exists. It's nothing's going on. But there's a maze. And on PC it doesn't exist. On PSP it exists. So more gameplay. I'm actually surprised how some stuff were like deleted from PSP, but for example this level exists. So we go here. Now interesting gameplay. We have to, all of us have to use the pulso. 3 times. You have to time it with them. Actually, you don't have to time it that well. And here we go. There's actually an easy way to lose time here, like, and I don't know how to prevent it. Maybe it will happen, maybe not. We'll see. So, let's go through the maze. And that's basically it. The level looks actually pretty cool with the balls. But there's no gameplay with it. Like, we go here when Death Eaters appears and we have to run. There are many possibilities to make this work and actually interesting, or like fight one Death Eater at a time, like make him more powerful than any enemy, and 4 of us are fighting one Death Eater because we're children, but with one we can somewhat deal with them, I guess. It a wasted opportunity, was what I'm saying. This part could have been actually not bad. I mean, it's not bad, but crap. Okay. I'm gonna lose time because nobody was moving, so nobody is behind me. So the same mechanic is gonna show up as entering the maze. So we're gonna have to use the pulso to open the door. But because they're not following me, it's gonna take some time for them to approach the door. And I'm pretty sure they're not gonna approach the door. My guess is at some point game just teleports them somewhat close. But I should be already leaving the level. But now I'm gonna have to wait for them. Probably game is teleporting them because they weren't moving. I don't know how to prevent it, but yeah, we have to wait. But that's fine, that sometimes happens. It also happened in my Recce, so when it happens in the previous run, that's good. Like, you don't care that you lost like 20 seconds. You don't care because last time you also lost time. So I even see best segments. I lost 19 seconds, but to my Reki I saved a second. So I think that's worth. That's like stonks.
Get away from my godson! Serious. You've done beautifully, but we'll take it from here. You've proved you can take on children, Malfoy.
Get to fight like a man. That's actually kind of nice quote. I'm not gonna lie. Now we're gonna fight. Let's see how it's gonna go. Fortunately, Bellatrix Protego didn't work just now. And that's the reason we use Stupefy a lot. Because as you can see, they're getting a little knockback. So using Rictus Sempra, for example, wouldn't save much time or like help us in any way, because we're already like stopping their movements. And we can cast really quickly. Before even charging, I can let go of triangle button and just cast another one. And with Rictus Sempra, it takes actually, it will be then cast. It would require about 30%, 40% less casts, but still Stupefy is much faster. Furthermore, you can fail using Rictus Sempra, like you have to click, hold, then, and sometimes you can fail or misplayed. Now, the fight with Voldemort. You think, oh, how it's gonna go? What's the gameplay for us? I'm wondering, what's gonna happen? This. And you know what's the best part is? This is probably the easiest fight in the entire game. The Voldemort is the worst NPC that there is. He's actually very challenging this time. He's very hard now. It was very hard fight. He dodged 2 times, but at least I can like jump and dab, I guess, with Dumbledore. So I don't care. I can dab with Dumbledore. And now the last section. After this, like in PC, the time is gonna stop. So so the person responsible for the timer must be prepared. It's gonna happen soon. This section is a little like twice as long as Snape one, but it's couple seconds from now. Also Voldemort's face, but you didn't see probably for PSP face. Okay, that's it.
GG's. That is a 2:26:01, a new record for Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix for the PSP, placing the game as the second slowest any percent speed run by almost a full minute.
Yes!
So not only did you beat your record, you beat your goal, and I mean, you conquered the game, man. Like, what more can I say? Not sub 2:26, unfortunately, barely missed it.
Yeah, that's actually a little bit sad, but I'm satisfied. Now 7.2 DS is worse even game. It's longer. I think PSP is better. Like.
Yeah. So any thoughts about the run, Luzak? How did it go? Run down.
Pretty nicely, I have to say. This one fight that I was annoyed about with 3v1, it was kind of annoying. Malfoy was very hard to kill, to take down. But overall, it was a really solid run. So, so for sure, it's almost every split was a gold, even the ones that were already pretty solid. So yeah, I'm very satisfied with this. Especially it's a Potterthon, so
yeah, it's a marathon run, a marathon setting, and you PB'd by like 2 minutes, my guy.
That's
like crazy. That's really cool. Anyway, so any closing statements for the gang?
PSP good. There's a PSP. You can play it on emulator, and I'll be seeing you quite soon in the race.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna spoil what is the race. You can spoil, but I won't.
We're gonna do stuff together, right?
Yes.
It's gonna be suspicious. Anyway, I've been Portalguy1000, your host for this session. We are going to do a little bit of a stream restart, so make sure to refresh the page, everybody. A quick reminder for all our incentives: there is a $500 donation incentive for Nikki to do a Potions Rush speedrun, and a $1,000 donation incentive for Flo to do HP1 dressed up as a maid. We are supporting the Trevor Project this year, and we are Potterthon, and we'd like to thank everyone who has donated so far, all the runners and participants, and thank you for having me.